to today's video, or welcome if you're new. I am Angela, aka Chefette of Chefette and Little, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over my food prep routine. I do this once a week, and I'll explain a little bit more as we get into the video, but I wanted to film a little intro because I actually filmed the footage for this video probably right at a year ago. And so I just wanted to clarify that so that wasn't confusing, because I mentioned working from home, which I don't do anymore. And I'm now back in the hospital. And then there was one other thing. Oh, I'm not visibly pregnant. Like, I'm obviously not pregnant in the video, so, which I am now. I am 31 weeks pregnant as of the release of this video. So I just want to clarify that, but I still follow the exact same routine. So it's still super relevant, and I think it's not necessarily a contrast, but it's just a differing view of food prep, as I don't prep like multiple meals. I just focus on a few key things to kind of get me through the week. And I have changed and adapted this routine as life has gotten busier. I used to do more of the more grand scale food prep on Sundays. Like, it would take me like 2 or 3 hours. I would prep multiple lunches, like get food prepped for dinners throughout the week. But as life has changed, I just don't have that chunk of time on the weekends anymore. And then I also found it wasn't like a huge time saver during the week, as much as I would like it to be. And then also, I think I have just condensed down some of my some of my cooking style. I love to cook. I like to cook elaborate meals, but it's just not really my season right now to do that. So I'm more focused on kind of like family-friendly 30-minute meals to speed along during the week. But yeah, so I think that's it. But just to give you a little background about my channel, I post on Sundays, and I post content about DIY furniture project flipping. I also post DIY room makeovers, as I am slowly redoing almost every single room in our 1964 fixer-upper. And then also some like lifestyle motherhood content like today's video. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos. Good morning. So I'm about to dive in to do our little quick weekly food prep, which I do every week, either on Saturdays or Sundays. It's Sunday morning, so I'm doing it right now before church. So I used to do a much more extensive food prep, which was helpful. You know, it's always nice to have more food prepped go-tos throughout the week. However, my time is really, really condensed with having little ones. So I try to only spend about 30 minutes to an hour doing food prep for the week. So my main priorities are to make some sort of muffin, bread, but I usually do muffins, and hard-boiled eggs, and then prep breakfast for me for the week. So this week I'm doing little egg, I'm gonna make egg sandwiches for breakfast this week. So I'm making these little egg things. This one I made last Sunday, so I'm gonna freeze it, because they actually last a long time in the freezer, about 6 months, I think. I got sick this week, and so I actually just didn't eat breakfast a bunch of days, which is not great for you, but I got the COVID booster, and I just had a febrile reaction. But anyway, okay, so let's dive in. First, I'm gonna do some hard-boiled eggs. Gonna get this started. If you're not doing your hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, I'm gonna tell you you're doing it wrong, but you're kind of doing it wrong. It's so simple and easy. I used to do them on the stovetop, you know, spend that 20 minutes or whatever boiling, and oh gosh, then the eggs would be so hard to peel. I don't know what it is about the Instant Pot, but it makes them so easy to peel. I love it. So I'm gonna do 5 eggs, hard-boiled eggs, because not only are they really good for breakfast and snacks for my husband and my son, but they're also good as egg salad. So if it's getting towards the end of the week, and I'm noticing, hey, we still have like 3 hard-boiled eggs, I'll go ahead and make egg salad. Okay, so then I'm gonna add water to the pot. I don't measure it. I think it's technically supposed to be like a cup, but I think each machine is a little bit different. Basically, you want the bottom of the water to be touching, or the top of the water to be touching the bottom of the eggs. Otherwise, the pot, like it needs the water to steam the eggs. Okay, perfect. And the machine will do like burning and turn it off or something. I haven't ever had it happen to me, so. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn it to sealing, and then I'm gonna press the egg function, which my machine has, for 4 minutes, and just let it do its thing. At the same time, I'm gonna get a bowl of water ready for the like ice bath after. Because I think that's the other trick to making them really easy to peel. So for now, I'm just gonna add water to the bowl, and I'll add ice right before I take the eggs out. And I'll get my little tongs ready. You need to be really careful not to burn yourself with the steam with the Instant Pot. I would say that's like the only like downside to it. You just have to be really careful. Okay, so I'm gonna move this egg into the freezer. That's very simple. And then another trick, let me show you. So I said I always prep some muffins, so I do it every other week because last week I made like at least a dozen, so I froze half of them. We ate the other half. So you just have to like make your family not eat them all because that's what my family does. They'll eat all of 12 in like 2 days. But so I immediately, as soon as I cool, I shove them in the freezer and no one even realizes that they're missing. So muffins are already done. And then another part of food prep that I forgot to mention is to cut down on food waste. This is a great time to be looking through your fridge. And if you have anything that is gonna be going bad quickly, either make a note that it needs to be eaten today. And if it's more than like what really could be realistically eaten today, go ahead and freeze it. If it's already been frozen once, you can't refreeze it. But like I have some sweet potato, I think it's like a sweet potato beef stew in there. Just wasn't a huge hit. That's why it's still in there. It's already been frozen once, so if we don't eat it up today, I just gotta toss it. So hopefully that was my plan to serve for lunch for sure. And then for dinner, I'm making meatloaf. And my plan was to prep the meatloaf while I was doing food prep this morning. But when my husband got home from grocery shopping at Walmart yesterday, I discovered that the milk he got was unfortunately damaged, and so it's, you know, not sealed anymore, and I just really don't feel safe drinking that. It's like leaking all over the fridge. I had to put some towels underneath it. So I think we're gonna take it back to exchange it or just buy new milk. I hate to do that, so wasteful, but like of money wise, because the carton is like $4 because it's organic milk. But then you think about like the time of driving back to Walmart, which is not very close to our house. It was just like out running other errands. It's the only reason why I went there in the first place. I feel like I might just stop at the grocery store on the way home from church because I really need the milk, you know, to move forward with the day. But we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna readjust the camera so you can see what I'm doing for the little egg patty things, I don't know what else to call them, that go in the egg sandwiches. And then like honestly, we'll pretty much be done with our food prep. This will be a really short one this week, which I'm A-okay with. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the little egg patties. I don't really have a better word for it. Okay, so using some vegetable oil cooking spray, I'm just gonna spray the pan. And then I'm gonna spray these little rings. These go onto the top of mason jars. They just make a good kind of like mold for your eggs. Ugh. Get all over my hand apparently. That is probably a better better technique there, Angela. All right. Okay. We have an induction cooktop, and so it has a lock feature, which is really nice with having a toddler. Although we do a lot of education with him about not touching the stovetop. He does help me cook sometimes, but he's honestly not that interested in it. So I always like invite it. Hasn't really developed an interest for it yet. So we'll keep working on it because I think that's a really good life skill to teach toddlers. Personally, I just think it's nice for them to know kind of how to prep some food items for themselves and just be involved in like knowing that food doesn't magically appear and it takes work and whatnot. Okay, so you'll find it is going to spill out a little bit. There, I mean, it's going to. These aren't like perfectly flat, I guess. So let me throw these out. I'll be right back. That's our washing machine being done. I don't know if anyone else's washer does this. It's like a Samsung thing, but it has this like very funny little song. And you can turn it off, but I actually just really like it. I think it's really funny, but it's super long. It's like, okay, we get it. The washing machine's done. Anyway, I gotta go move that laundry over before I get ready for church. I just need to change my clothes and, you know, put my face on, as they say. Won't take me too long. Okay. So I just salted them. I really like kind of simple eggs because when I make the muffins, I put them in an egg muffin and I put cheese, sometimes with a little spinach. So there's like enough flavor added, I think, but that's just me. You could always add more. And actually I've seen some people kind of like scramble these up, which I actually think I'm gonna do. And then they add vegetables like, I don't know, green peppers and spinach and stuff like that. I think that's a cool idea too. But of course it's gonna take more prep because you're gonna have to cut up the veggies. Although you could get fajita vegetables in the frozen section and add those. That would be a good idea. But anyway, not doing that today. Keeping it really simple. So the other thing I didn't touch upon yet is that I also will clean and get fresh fruit ready, like prep fresh fruit. However, we actually didn't, the only fresh fruit we needed to buy this week was mandarin oranges. Everything else we still had. So the only thing I think I need to do is maybe cut up some kiwi. So I'm glad I thought about that because I'm gonna do that right now while these are cooking. My son loves kiwi. And I do not do the technique of with a spoon. I have never been able to get it to work, so. Ooh, okay, not ready to be flipped, clearly. I'm gonna get a fork to get these little. When you flip them, you'll take the little ring out, but I just like prematurely was trying to flip this one and it was like, not into it. Apparently. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my container ready for these to go into, and then also my container for our hard-boiled eggs. And a container for kiwi. Just thought of that. Okay, so these are about done. So I'm gonna move the camera a little bit closer so you can see kind of what they look like. So yeah, they kind of make like a little patty, a patty shape. I really don't know any other way to sound it, but it sounds so weird for some reason. So I'm gonna do a quick pause and then get the kiwis ready, and I'll show you cutting those up. And I might put the meat together for the meatloaf. We'll see. Okay, and then also while I'm doing this, of course, because, you know, mom life is like doing 17 things at once, always, I'm gonna get some snack ready for before church. So, I'm gonna do just really simple. He loves this vanilla yogurt. So we'll do some yogurt. I'm gonna put some of this kiwi that I cut up on there. And I think some sort of cracker. And I'm gonna leave the yogurt out because he probably will want more. He didn't eat very much breakfast, so. Sometimes he doesn't get hungry until this first snack. And big Newton bars, that's what I'm gonna do. Also gonna leave these out because my money's pointing on I want more. Okay. Okay, and my eggs are done. So I'm gonna get some ice, add it to my water, and then release the steam and get these out of here. All right, get ready for some whistling. Did you know that that's a little holder, little trick? I did not know that until, I don't know, like maybe 6 months ago. Okay, so the eggs are cooling off. This is the container for those. And this is our container for the kiwi. So, whoops, we're gonna cut that up next. I'll just rinse them in this little container. So I was saying earlier, I know a lot of people do the spoon trick. I've tried it, I cannot get it to work well. So what I do is I cut off the ends with a knife and then I use a peeler. And then you cut out the middle pit thing. It was more of an issue when my son was under 1. Now it's just, it kind of tastes bad. I think it's like bitter. But the reason why you want to cut it out for sure when they're under 1 is it's actually kind of firm. So it can be, you know, a potential choking hazard. Definitely want to eliminate those as much as possible. We did some purees starting at 4 months, and then we did baby led weaning at 6 months. I don't think I would do the purees again. I think it was kind of pointless. The reason why we did it is, and then I think this is kind of dumb too. We were told that he was kind of maxed out on formula. He was a big eater. And so I was like worried that he was gonna still be hungry. Feed your children. Like, forget the formula guidelines. It's so absurd. I would never listen to that crud again, but new time mom, scared, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of us know how that goes. Okay, let me put this out for him and then I'm gonna adjust the camera because I just realized you can't even see what I'm doing. So let me fix that. Hold on. Okay, hopefully you can actually see what I'm doing now. So I've got, I guess this is half. I'm cutting it into a quarter and then doing that. And then I just slice them. Oh my gosh, funny story. One time, my son had kiwi seeds stuck on the top of his tooth. And I was so nervous, like so scared that he already had a cavity. He was like, I don't know, 8 months old. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I hadn't even taken him to the dentist yet. It was a kiwi seed, thankfully. So once I'm done cutting these kiwi up, I'll technically be done with like the food prep part, and then I'm just going to, I think I'm gonna have a couple minutes, and I'm just gonna get the meat part of my meatloaf ready. And in this video, in the notes, in the comment section, whatever, no, in the notes, I'm gonna put my recipe to my meatloaf. I get requests for it. I'm not like trying to toot my own horn here, but it's really good. It's like the best meatloaf ever. It is not mine, originally, recipe-wise. It's a family recipe, but I make some alterations to it that I think like really jazz it up. Like it calls for cream of mushroom soup, and I make my own roux instead, which I think really, you know, really brings it up a notch. But anyway, I get requests all the time for the recipe, and I do not have it written down. It's in my brain, in the old brain. So I'm gonna write it down and put it in the notes of this video. So then I'm gonna send it to the folks who have been asking me for the recipe, and I'm sorry that I have not gotten to it sooner. It was not because I was like trying to keep it to myself or anything like that. That's, I don't know. I guess some people are like that, like, oh, it's my secret family recipe. That was not why I was doing it. It was literally just, was never at the top of the to-do list, I guess, is the only real explanation for it. So I'm hoping to get some footage of me making the meatloaf, probably without sound because I think the little one will be in here. Oops. Eating his snack in just a minute because it's getting to be about go time here. Food prep is done for the week. It took me just over an hour, but that was also with, you know, stuff and you make snack. I also got everything cleaned up already and prepping dinner. So to summarize, I did hard-boiled eggs, 5. I made 3. I already had one, but I froze it. 3 little egg muffin sandwich things, just the egg part. And then I cut up kiwi for the week, so that's ready to rumble. And then I prepped dinner. I think that was it. So not a ton. Oh, and then I took the muffins out of the freezer. That was the other thing. I knew there was one other thing. So it's not a ton, but it's enough to keep things kind of rolling. There's good go-to for snacks. Breakfasts are pretty much prepped for the whole week. And just makes everything go a little smoother. I think it's really, for us, I have found, instead of prepping dinners and lunches, focusing on prepping breakfast and snacks is the most crucial to like a successful week. That's what I found. And so I get more bang for my buck timing wise, because like I just don't have that much time, and I think most people don't. Like, even if you don't have children, most people are pretty busy. So I think that has been really successful for me. No shade thrown to people who like do prep their lunches and dinners. It's just, I didn't find it was really like a great use of my time because I didn't think it really saved that much time on the back end. Now I will also say I work from home, so I can get lunch, like I can do a little bit of prep for lunch the day of. So take that into consideration as well. Okay, hope this was helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.